Even though Shield Hero has fallen off like throughout the series, uh, I still find joy in it, even though it's in season four. In the initial, like the first season, you have like the betrayal of Naofumi with all the other heroes, and because of that bitch who was like really did him dirty, and as well as just like the mistreatment with the demi-humans. But I think what really like keeps me around still, I think it's because of like I don't know. I guess it's just kind of turn off my brain watching like what's going on, reclaiming justice like for himself, and as well as just like seeing the people that are in his group and his village, like seeing how it'll progress in the future. So it being season four now, it's pretty nice to see like things like changing and growing and finding different problems that occur as you explore more. And one of the things I kind of forgot was like the waves, which really forgot. I was like, oh yeah, that was like the main objective for like all the heroes. And as always, love to see Naofumi take care of his companions from past seasons to now, where you see them grow and being healthy and seeing how things progress. Sometimes seeing them suffer before and being a part of this huge family now, it makes it very wholesome. And moments like these actually brings a tear to my eye, playing the music and some of the flashbacks. And it's just a really touching moment. Kind of forgot a lot of it since it's been quite some time. I still remember like something about a turtle arc, and also just getting along with getting along with some of the other heroes. And I still think this season was pretty funny to see Motoyasu just being his silly self. Also, I didn't really think he'd go through with what he did at the end of the season. One of the struggles with the anime is that you want to make it entertaining still while not being too boring. And I think that's one of the problems where when watching the anime, you want to invest in it and pay attention to some of the things that are like building it up to at least care. And also, despite me having my brain turned off to watch it, not think too deeply about it, I think that's because of they rush things, and that's like what causes like people to fall off or not care about the series anymore, drop it. Anyway, like at the beginning of the fourth season, you see the first arc where you see these the siblings where I have much care for, and because of like the relationship in the season three where you see some of the struggles with them before and seeing how they're growing and going to where they came from because of like trying that's like the spot where they're in between where the main objective is, which is like those assassins or ninjas that are trying to destroy like the village of Nalfumis, and as well as just just like trying to find a way to get there, but they have to stop here at Siltvet. And to think that the siblings, demi-humans, where they come from, and seeing that they were their origin for them, and much about like their growth. So it's cool to see like Alta, who's really stands up for herself, and like I like her confidence, even though like her having like being blind, but having the talent of the specific skill, and as well as like the older brother, who's just like having his development too, and seeing some changes that are built for him. So you got a lot of focus has been on Atla, but then you gotta give some glow up for the brother. But seeing how like the politics in there and seeing why they're keeping him Naofumi there, because this whole time like they're trying to go to the island where Raftelia's clan was, but yeah, problems. So still, you see like corruption with the government, and seeing how they're trying to use Naofumi as a leverage, and seeing how like all these demi-humans have like a background where they have like different roles and different hierarchies, despite all them being demi-human. Second arc where you see Raptalia, where she came from, like her family, seeing how they're like completely separate from everyone else, but just seeing the some of the actions and seeing the rebellion kind of reminds me a lot of this movie that I watched before, Tai Chi Master. Funny enough, kind of recent that I watched this, but seeing how corruption of government. Obviously, you can have some rebellions happening where if if things are not working out for so long and people are struggling, then of course that's gonna happen. Like they're gonna do something about it. And seeing how there's like some sort of rules where you can't attack animal or like not animals, you can't attack like some beasts, even though they're like attacking their citizens. Yeah, obviously shit's gonna happen. And of course, going through like a different arc, you're gonna introduce some new characters at times. One, suddenly you come across Sadina's sister, seeing how she was struggling through trying to follow the path where her clan was with being a water dragon Miko, and you can see that some of the struggles when it comes to someone just suddenly being in that role and being pressured by society, and all of us are susceptible to that kind of thing where, well, most of us at least. Some are just outliers, but but seeing her position, and you can understand where she's come from, and just having to listen to the higher ups and just doing what she like was, I guess, born to do, as she thinks at least, but in reality, you know you guys take a step outside of that. In reality, you can't really see that when you're like in that in that toxic environment. It's cool to see the background, like some of the history with the Empress of the past, seeing the fight scenes, and I love that like they have their own system with their fightings, like their skills and all that. Some of the things that kind of sucks is that sometimes you can just whip out any sort of spell or chance, and you would just go along with it, which is cool. I mean, I'm all down for it. I'm just like, if it's cool fight scenes and if it makes sense just enough, then it's all good. And of course, there's probably some logic to it in like the light novels, but just me as an anime watcher, I probably don't keep up as much. And also seeing like, and it's cool to see some of like the highlights for Raptalion this season. So, much about making her to, or the rebellion to have her being an empress, and seeing her like stand up for the people there, and because you see some of the corruptions in front of your face. The author just loves making really like scumbag characters like Makina. It's funny that Motoyasu actually committed to what he did, which I guess you kind of can't blame him somewhat because of how he's, I guess, cursed with the pig, like seeing people as pigs, or like out that one character. Because I don't know, it's been so long, I forgot. But yeah, I mean, sucks that the story is rushed, but it's all right. Seeing things how they're rushed, I don't know what the Shield Hero project, like what their idea is or the plan, but maybe they're just trying to get to the point where they want to finish. I don't know. The fact that there's season 5 coming up, I mean, it kind of left where a cliffhanger where things really bad happen, devastating things, and I'm sad that I saw a spoiler of this too on AniList, so be careful about what like clicking on these characters and seeing the spoiler tag. So I just accidentally clicked like a dummy. So there's that. And it gives me some hope that there's some stakes at play with season 5. And I mean, shoot, I it'll get me at least a bit more invested. Hopefully, it's not too forced. But anyway, I just want to see some action, and I like to see like the main part for me, at least for enjoying this like Shield Hero, is just seeing how seeing characters where they're suffering, and then wanting them to live a better life. So just want to say thank you for watching the video, and I'll catch you next time.